Hey everyone, it's Jake from State Farm. Hey, it's Joel from the Fun Pimps. How's everyone doing today? Here we are in an Alpha 16 B3 preview. And I'm really excited about our new global texture UV setting. And I need some God mode or something. Be right back. And I am back. So what the global UVs does is no matter which way, we can set it on a per texture level, and there's a block override which allows you to determine which faces are going to use it also. So say, but anyway, what it does is, I'm sure you guys have noticed before that you know, this is a ramp, and then we have an upside down ramp here, an upright ramp, upside down ramp. And you know, we never had good UVs before, and now we do. So part of this new block shape overhaul, I think for the first time, you know, we're seeing perfect UVs on these inside corners where they butt up. And even if you flip this guy upside down, you know, or any rotation at all, these shingles are going to project correctly on the texture, which, as an artist, you know, I've always appreciated good UVs. It just makes everything look good. So I'm really happy we're getting to the end of this, and we're going to start adding all the cool features that come from doing this grunt work. I mean, this is one of the improvements that come from it. So, like I said, these eaves, everything is textured perfectly, no matter what angle you place it at. No matter what rotation, it's going to tile correctly, which is a big step for me, or for us, for the game. I mean, just as an artist, you know, as a pet peeve, I hate bad UVs. So I'm just trying to find some more stuff to look at. But yeah, it all looks pretty good. Oh, I remember the inside corners. These were used to. There's one there. That's just a setting though. It'll be fixed once we, yeah, see this side. No, it's got some bugs too. But yeah, I think it's just that's another one of those blocks. We'll have to go through and say, hey, use the global UV feature, and then that'll fix it. But yeah, these are all going to be perfect when we're done. I mean, the code is there, it supports it, but now we have to go through the blocks and do the tedious part of setting everyone correctly. I mean, we're getting through it. It's a lot of work. It's been a lot of work. So another thing, and I suppose some of you guys might not like it. Now this is using the wrong grass, I think. But I redid the. There we go. I redid the. No, this is pine forest. I redid the maple forest biome again. It was a little too green. Where's it at? This way. It was a little bit too green, so I toned it down a little bit. Just a little bit. And the cool thing is, I added a few more trees to the biome, so we've got a bit of the pine forest resources can now spawn. So you might see an occasional pine tree, so you like that dead pine tree there. But the forest is a little thicker now as a result. And I didn't like the grass. The grass only looked good before. It would only look good when you were like looking at it and it was late in the day. You know, like this time was the only time it looked good. And then when you were looking at the back sides of the grass, they were black and it just didn't look right. It only looked good when the sun was catching them at a certain time of day. And then the backside, it would be pure black. Well, we fixed that. We fixed the normals on the grass. And then I redid the grass again, at least in this biome. now has a specular channel, which looks pretty cool. It's kind of subtle effect, but as you can see, it catches a little bit of light, and I think it looks a lot better. Yeah, you can kind of see the light that it catches. And before it was just kind of, it didn't do that. Another thing I did was I adjusted the overall tone of this biome. Basically in the shadows, like, this looks pretty cool. Let me get back over here. But basically how bright things are in the sunlight and how dark. Yeah, how dark they are in the shade. So I adjusted all that, so I think I got it pretty good. The stuff's a little bit brighter in the sunlight now, and then in the shade, it looks about right. The ambience of this texture, I think, matches, you know, the shadow intensity, basically. And then at night, I think our AO is broken, so don't go buy this, but we're getting that fixed today. So this might change, but this is about how bright it is in the dark. But it's subject to change, but overall, aside from the broken AO, I think it's looking pretty good. So you can kind of see what's going on. You know, you can see in the dark. It's not pitch black, but it also depends on what time at night it is and whatnot. But anyhow, I'm pretty excited about this. You know, kind of overall lighting rebalance that we're doing. Real excited for the grass. I have to revisit all the grasses though. I've only done these here. Gave them the specular light, but they can catch light at certain angles and look pretty nice at certain times of day. I don't know if I can reproduce what I saw the other day. It's always a work in progress. It used to just be these azalea bushes were the only ones that lit good, and now we've kind of captured that with the grass and everything, so I think it looks better. Alrighty. Next on the list, we've got wood frame overhaul. So here's the old wood frame, which is just a cube with alpha texture on it, and that's not the right texture. But all right, I'll be right back. I have to fix that real quick. So here's a little bit of progress. This is the new generator model. I don't know, the particle effect seems to be broken, but it's and this is the relay model, and it's not hitting the wall right. We got some bugs we got to sort out, but hey, the models just got checked in. So our technical people can improve this. This is just the first version. I need to make a wire texture for the copper wiring or whatever it's going to be. But this is kind of cool. Let me see if I can just redo this real quick here. Let's see. Take this bad boy. No, I just take stuff out of the inventory. Oh, okay, so it says it has 0 watts going to it. This takes 5 watts to operate. So that's what I was going to show you guys. I mean, it was kind of cool when I was like, okay, so let me just hook up another wire, another light over here. So I got that wire. See, it shows how many watts it's going to take when I hook it up. Boom. And he's got a little smoke effect coming out of there. The sound effects are being done. Should be done any day now, actually. But he's got a little muffler on here. Solenoid. Yeah, pretty much just like the drawing, so I think it's pretty cool. Be a lot better when you can hear it making noise. Hopefully it's not too loud. Don't worry, it won't be. It won't be too obnoxious. So a few model updates on you know, the electrical stuff. It's coming along. This is our relay model. I think it looks pretty cool. This is going to be our standard connector. This is pretty much the look we're going for. So everything that's going to have, where we don't want the wire going straight into the object and clipping into the middle of the object, we're going to have this this model. And then the wire is going to hook up right there. Right there is where it's going to hook up. So this one seems to be working right. The wires are coming out of the top of that insulator piece. So yeah, we just need to fix this one so it's like that one. It's going to be pretty cool though. Lots of good stuff coming. And we are back. So this is the new three-dimensional frame. So this has actual polygons in it instead of just being a two-dimensional thing. It's basically paper thin. Hey buddy, how's it going? Pretty stuck on the bush. Maybe I turned the AI off. I don't remember. Anyway, okay, so yeah, 3D frames instead of two-dimensional ones. But now that we've got all of our frames replaced with, or all of our old 3D program shapes in, doing stuff like this is cake, because everything, we know how it aligns now. We know what rotation it is. So basically, I don't know if I put an upgrade path on this test block yet. Let me try. Yeah. But you can see, you know, these three-dimensional 2x4s in here now. It looks a lot nicer, more realistic than the old fake two-dimensional one. These cast shadows and everything. This cannot cast shadow. Get rid of this garbage. There we go. Look at this. Look at this amazing beauty. Being a construction guy in real life, I appreciate properly framed house. Up to code. This isn't up to code though. These should be 2x6s for an exterior wall. Depending on the state you live in. Okay, so enough of that. But anyway, yeah, this is pretty cool. And I'm going to probably make 3D versions for the ramps and everything, so your framed-in house will look proper and be three-dimensional. It'll cast shadows. Look at that. It's amazing. Look at those beautiful shadows. And the really cool thing about this is, let's see. I mean, once I make these shapes, you can't paint a 2D alpha texture, but you can paint 3D geometry. So, and I think there's still some bugs, but I'll get it to work here. Like, okay, yeah, so painting this brick. I don't know what the deal is with the collision on this thing. Come on. I was able to catch a face on one yesterday and get it painted. That's the crappy one. Get out of here. There we go. There it goes. So, I mean, imagine this frame. We'll be able to texture it with metal, with concrete, cobblestone, whatever we want, you know. So you can. The beauty of this being a 3D object is, instead of a 2D custom painted texture like the old one, is A, it doesn't waste any texture space, you know. So this old, not that one, this old guy, this old texture here, which is a waste of space in our texture atlas, can be deleted, making room for something cool, new and cool. I don't know what yet, but we don't need it anymore. This is just using the standard old wood texture that we use, like on this wall here. This is the texture that I use to map onto these polygons of this thing. But we can apply any texture we want to it, so it's going to be awesome. Very versatile. Look at that. I'm having fun just doing this shit. I can do this all day. Oh, look at that. It even remembered that I painted it brick and maintained that. Pretty cool. So someone asked for a generic crate, so I went ahead and made it. It was easy to do. I don't even know if we need it anymore, though. You know, I did that a long time ago. I was just looking through the log. What can I show these guys? Because there's just. But anyway, I was like, okay, so I'll demo this. So I made this plain crate. But yeah, you know, I think you could probably just, you know, repaint it, whatever you want with the paint gun, paintbrush, whatever. Let's see. We're getting a better interface for this. I'll show you guys some mock-ups of that next. Let's see. Right now I can hold R though. Yeah, and I can mouse wheel. Yeah, look at that. So I didn't even need to do that. That's what's so cool about this new feature, guys, is it's like, yeah, that texture doesn't tile. But, yeah, I mean, you guys bugged me for months for this, and you're not going to have to ask me for anything now except for cool stuff. So, you could have just taken the old plain Jane texture. Oh, I showed you too much now, you guys. I'm gonna have to kill you now. You saw all my stuff you weren't supposed to see. You know, I keep all my skulls and hands and hearts and stuff over here, hidden over here. So, just joking around. Anyway, yeah. So you guys can use this generic storage crate if you want to, or you can just access the texture library, which isn't going to be this. This is just a temporary thing. Look at that. Make your own library. Without having to craft a bookcase. You can just craft a general storage container and then texture it with whatever you want that makes it feel appropriate for your theme. I'm grooving on this stuff. It's pretty cool stuff. So here is the UMA zombie soldier that we have right now, and I did a quick paint over on him on how I think he could look, and sent that off to Joey to get him modeled. So going for a little more skeletal look, you know, more decayed, a little more menacing looking than this guy. So he's going to have Probably use the same body of the UMA meshes, but bake it all down nice, and then custom texturing. He's going to have short sleeves and a little more, bones showing, and more kind of bony fingers, and just kind of make him look overall a little more scary and menacing than this guy who just looks like a guy in fatigues and dressed up for Halloween with some contact lenses or something. This looks a little more. This is going to be cool. So hope you guys like it. That's what we're doing with that guy. Slowly replacing the most commonly used UMA zombies. We're not getting rid of UMA zombies. We're just replacing the ones that we see a lot for better performance, better. It'll look better. Some people were all panicked that we're taking it out. We're not taking it out. You guys need to listen carefully to what I say. And also ignore half of the things I say, because this is in development and things change, So, but we're not getting rid of UMA zombies. We might take them out 100%, but the functionality will still be there for you modders who want to mod them in and make your own zombies. I don't think we're going to get rid of them completely. They make sense for certain zombies, I think, but for a lot of them, I want to redo them just because they just don't really they don't pop like the ones that we had hand built. So we're going to replace a few of them and make them just feel a little more like a scary ass zombie. I'm just not scared of this guy. He just looks like a dude almost, but this guy, I see him coming. He's got a little more personality, I think. So that's kind of where we're going with it. So hope you like it. Today we are in California at the motion capture studio. We're capturing some new animations for the players. This is going to be NPCs, players, humanoids, or all humans, non-zombies. But here's a female. We're going to have male and female sets for everything. So kind of give it that authenticity. There's a female run. And this is a quick look at the prop room. They've got all these different props that they can use to capture mocap with. So it's going to be pretty awesome. Really excited about getting player mocap in. And that's going to make the game look better in multiplayer. It's, everything single player. That's why we pulled the bandits back. I mean, we were making good progress on them, but we held them back because, just the animations weren't good enough, So, after we were spoiled with the motion captured zombie animations, doing hand keyframed players or whatever we had, it just wasn't cutting it. So this is what's going on right now. So today's the big day. We're doing the mocap shoot, and it's going to be amazing. You guys are going to have high quality, real motion captured attacks, runs, jumps, walks, all these other idle animations we're going to be doing. Hopefully, like sitting in a chair, laying in a bed, getting into bed and out, all that kind of stuff. So, all right, on to the next topic. Okay, so this is going to be pretty cool. This is a preview of the shape building menu that we're going to give you guys. This is still just a mock-up. It's not in the game, or I'd show it to you in the game. But we've got all the shapes. It's going to load from the library. I'll make an icon for all these. And what we're doing here, hopefully we get to. This is just a feature we're talking about at the moment. But imagine having a blueprint for a whole prefab, and we'll probably add in some other prefabs that are unlocked in the beginning of the game or unlocked with a perk that you buy. But you could have a window section, a doorway section, foundation kind of thing, a big wall, But basically, all the prefabs in the game, the houses and everything, they're a collection of blocks, which we call a prefab. And basically, you guys would be able to build a barn or whatever. Say you want to make a barn, but you don't want to go to the trouble of finding all the shapes that you need to build this. You'd be able to take a blueprint, and it would show the whole building in kind of a translucent, ghosted projection image. I guess those of you who played Rust or Ark, you know what I'm talking about. But it would kind of show a ghosted, translucent version of it, and you place it down, and no, you don't get the whole building, but you get this translucent, projected building where you want it to be. And then you would go around each block. I suppose you'd start with the foundation, and you could upgrade on it, or you could pound on it, and it would upgrade from translucent to a solid block, and it would save you the steps of selecting the particular. You need this ramp for this roof angle right here. You need to pick a different texture, well, so on and so forth, and it would allow you to build that building. And hopefully, even if we later on when we get NPCs, you could. I'm not going to go into the full design on that yet, but basically this would allow you to build a settlement, and the NPCs could work on these buildings while you're out scavenging, gathering, mining. Do what you want to do, but you still see this whole town coming together because you've got NPCs capable of working on these buildings. So it's going to be really cool. And then that's all I'm going to say about that for now. I mean, I don't know if that's even coming in Alpha 16, so don't get too excited about this yet. But it's something that I wanted to do a long time ago and had this idea for quite a bit, and it's starting to doing this step. It was always blocked by us not having all the shapes converted to 3D Studio Max shapes that basically are FBXs that are loaded from a library that all have a unified rotation and direction and all that kind of stuff. So now that that's done, it was a lot of work. I think we're done with it. Nearly every block has been replaced. There might be a couple more stragglers I need to do yet. But by putting in these new FBXs, we're able to paint faces and on to the next thing. But yeah, that's laying the groundwork for this ghosted blueprint thing. And another little thing I want to do with this is users will be able to, like that. I don't know if you guys saw my tweet, but remember that huge, awesome castle? The guy could save that out maybe as a prefab and then share his design with you guys. So he's like, I want to build a castle in the game, but man, I'm not an architect, and I don't know if some of you guys are, some of you aren't. I think everybody would enjoy having that castle, but they don't want to go through the hassle of figuring out where the archways go, how big does it need to be, what shapes did you use to make this. They just want to build it. So I wanted to have Steam Workshop set up so that users can share blueprints. Then you can download that blueprint, and then from the workshop, and then you would see it here in the game, and then you would basically be able to place it down, and then just have, as long as you have the resources, you upgrade it block by block, it basically becomes what they built. And the exact, as long as you have the materials in your inventory and you go click on this ghosted block and pound on it and upgrade it, it goes from translucent like this to solid like this. And you would only see the translucency of it if you have a repair tool in your hand and you're close, basically, something like that. You wouldn't see this semi-transparent building floating out in space all the time. You would only see it when you have a repair tool in your hand, and basically it knows that you're intending to work on it. So otherwise, you just see what's done. You wouldn't see the unfinished parts. So that's kind of the plan there. I'm really excited about that feature. I've been talking about it for ages. And I had another image to show you guys. Where is it? Right here. Okay, so this is like a material preview. We're still finalizing it. We keep talking about it every day, and things change and it gets refined. So this might not be the exact thing you guys are going to get, but basically you'll have this material browser. Hopefully there'll be they'll be sorted by woods and whatnots, but basically all the texture, you'll have all these textures available, a lot more than this. And this would probably be like a 1 meter area of influence. So one block at a time, one painting, one face at a time. This will probably be, 3 meters. And then the roller would be 5. So it'd be painting a huge area at once with this roller. Eraser we might get rid of. I don't know. Might not need it because I think I think right click will be paint, and then left click will just be erase. So I think we're going to get rid of the eraser, and you won't even need it. You'll just have 3 different sizes of tools, and whether you paint or erase is up to your left click or your right click. And a search for the material you're looking for, and then we'll have some things that are locked out that you need a perk for, or maybe a particular material cost in your hand. I'm not sure yet. I think we're going to offer the basics for free, but then other ones are going to require a perk to use or a particular material in your inventory. We haven't sorted all that out yet, but anyway, that's it. Oh, I got one more thing I just remembered to show you guys. So the old ladders were 2-dimensional, just like the old frames. And they work, but they're paper thin. They just don't look good. So I made a 3D ladder. Yeah, it works exactly like the other one. But it's 3D. I didn't give it a special texture like this one has, which I might yet. It's just using generic wood, but then again, the cool thing about it is, I think, well, this might be another one of these little blocks. Yeah, okay, so I'm texturing behind it. I'm having a problem. There we go. Anyway, you can texture it whatever you want to texture it with, which is this thing you cannot. So yeah, if I want metal, we got to sort the collision out on these guys yet. It's not quite. There we go. Cool stuff. Metal ladder now, just like that. So I think it's got a lot to offer, the new texturing system. I'll probably make metal ladders next. These are just, you could texture these to look metal, but they'd still be made of wood, obviously. But, it's nice to have it look how you want it to look. You'll still be able to upgrade these to metal ones if you have the material, and the metal will be it's going to be like the catwalk, the round tubing. So that's all I've got to show this week. We're coming along. Hope you guys like everything I showed you. And I want to thank you guys for helping me reach 20,000 subscribers. Couldn't have done it without you. I'm pretty excited. It was kind of my first milestone. I want to get 20K subs, and I did it. So congratulations, everybody. I hope you like what we're doing. We're going to keep doing it. And I will see you guys probably tomorrow for the Q&A, and then next weekend for the next preview. Got some more good stuff coming. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.